You wake up and hundreds of slaves are already standing there waiting. They know what you want before you even think it. One holds warm water, another holds silk towels. A third one already prepared breakfast since midnight. This isn't luxury, this is a weapon. Wealth in ancient times wasn't for enjoying, wealth was how you protected yourself. Lucius lives in Ostia, the port of the Roman Empire. He never goes to the harbor anymore, his ships bring him fortune every single day. But those ships also bring him endless worrying. One storm could wipe him out overnight. One pirate raid could destroy his entire career, so Lucius wakes up even earlier than dawn, before sunlight touches the city walls. Every morning is a battle for survival, no insurance, no bank to protect him. He only has his reputation and his presence. Hundreds of clients line up outside Lucius's gate. These are people who depend on his generosity. Lucius steps out like a little king. He looks into each one of their eyes. This one needs work, that one needs money. The third one just wants him to remember his name. Lucius hands each person a basket of food, a few coins, and a hollow promise. But he doesn't do this out of kindness. He buys loyalty with every piece of bread. These people will vote for him in the Senate. They will defend his reputation across the city. If an enemy speaks ill, they will argue back. Lucius pays for loyalty every single morning. That's the only insurance he can ever buy. Inside, his wife Livia goes through her own ritual, 3 slaves just to take care of her hair. Roman hairstyles towered like a fortress wall. One slave curls, another pins it with gold. The third one just makes sure it doesn't fall apart. Livia takes 3 hours to perfect her appearance. 3 hours to look like she was born that way. Her makeup contains white lead and red ochre. Those chemicals seep into her skin every day, but Livia cannot appear with a normal face. Wealthy women must look exactly like goddesses. Out there, Lucius's house is like a fortress. You walk through the gate into a dark hallway. Then suddenly the ceiling opens to sunlight. Light pours down into the pool in the courtyard. Water reflects it upward, making everything sparkle. Every one of your senses gets attacked immediately. Lucius calls this his punch to the weak. His clients always gasp when they step inside, and Lucius knows he has won that very moment. The walls of his office are covered in myth paintings. Zeus throws lightning bolts, Apollo rides his sun chariot. Those paintings cost as much as an entire estate. Lucius tells his guests he tells stories of gods. But really he's saying, I have that much power too. Lucius's chair sits higher than his guests by a hand. They have to look up when they speak to him. That posture makes them feel small and dependent. Lucius looks down at them and smiles inside. Every time he sits like that, he feels safer. Behind his house lies a massive garden. One slave only trims trees into animal shapes. Another pumps water for the fountain all day long. All of it just so Lucius can walk for 5 minutes. But far back there, where the slaves sleep. Those dark tiny rooms, cramped and damp, no windows, no light, no hope at all. Lucius has never stepped inside those rooms. If he did, he would see his own truth. Lucius's dinner is another kind of battle. Guests lie on couches. They don't sit like commoners. Lying down means you've reached the top. You don't need to sit up for anyone anymore. The first course is peacock eggs and fattened goose liver. The second course is roast pig stuffed with sausages inside. The chef cuts open the pig and sausages spill out. Guests clap excitedly at that little performance. The third course is fish from the Black Sea, transported alive. Slaves bring the fish to the table still glistening. Lucius deliberately chooses different wine for each guest. The most important guest drinks from his oldest vineyard. The less important guests drink wine mixed with water. Everyone notices and they never forget it. Sometimes Lucius invites an enemy to dinner. That enemy sits at the end with the worst wine. Lucius wants him to feel publicly humiliated. That's how he punishes without ever lifting a hand. After dinner comes the most frightening time. Poets arrive to recite verses praising Lucius. Musicians play the lyre while guests drink more wine. But Lucius doesn't enjoy any of those sounds. His ears are always hunting for secret conspiracies. His enemies often talk behind his back at these parties. A slave stands nearby to eavesdrop on every word. If anyone speaks ill, Lucius knows by morning. He pays for spies right inside his own house. He doesn't even trust the people closest to him. Every month Lucius changes his bedroom. He sleeps in a different room. Nobody knows in advance. 3 of his slaves are assigned to test for poison. 1 tastes his food, 1 tastes his wine, the 3rd one just sniffs the perfume in his bath. Lucius cannot trust anything that seems innocent. At night, he locks his door with 3 iron bolts. Outside, guards with swords stand watch every hour, but Lucius still tosses and turns, unable to sleep. He knows a slave could unlock it from inside. He knows his wife could betray him at any moment. He knows his friends are only there for his money. Wealth doesn't bring peace, it only brings fear. Lucius calls it the golden cage of loneliness. He can't truly confide in anyone at all, because confiding is weakness and weakness gets punished. Once, a merchant from Egypt came to see him. That man was 10 times richer after one voyage. Lucius grew jealous and wanted to destroy him immediately. But instead, he invited him to a banquet. He seated him close by and gave him the best wine. 1 week later, rumors about him spread across Astia. Lucius spread the rumor that he cheated on taxes. Every other merchant stopped trading with the Egyptian. Within a month, he went bankrupt and left the city. Lucius bought his property for a fraction of its worth. That's how he protected his own position, or how he pushed others down so he could stand taller. But Lucius felt no joy from that victory. He looked in the mirror and saw a monster who had sold his soul for wealth. Every morning he performs for the waiting crowd. Every dinner he displays brutal extravagance. Every night he holds fear close to his fragile sleep. Did he ever think about leaving it all behind? Yes, but leaving meant becoming a nobody. And being a nobody in Rome meant no protection. Anyone could rob, beat, or kill you without consequence. Lucius once saw a rich man fall to the bottom. He lost everything in a rigged courtroom trial. A month later, he was found dead in a gutter. No one picked up his body. No one mourned him. Lucius does not want that kind of ending. He would rather stay in the golden cage than die on the street. But is that truly living or just existing? Every smile from Lucius is calculated. Every compliment he gives hides an agenda. He no longer knows who he really is anymore. His personality has dissolved into raw power. Have you ever felt trapped in your own life? Lucius feels that way every single day for 30 years. But he can't stop, because stopping means death. So he keeps playing this endless game: wake up, dress, greet the crowd, dine, worrying, and repeat it all tomorrow and tomorrow again. There is no way out for the ancient wealthy. They build their own prisons out of gold, and then they lock themselves inside them. Lucius remembers those words every sleepless night. He looks up at his gilded ceiling and laughs bitterly. All this luxury, all these slaves, all this power. But he can't sleep well even for one night. He can't trust anyone. He can't truly love anyone. He can't walk the streets without guards around him. Wealth is a prison with a 5-star dinner. And Lucius has been inside that prison since his youth. Would you trade places with him right now? If you said yes, you missed the whole point. If you said no, you understood the real lesson. The ancients taught us something truly valuable. Wealth without freedom is just another set of chains. Power without safety is just an elaborate illusion. Fame without love is just a hollow echo. Now think about your own life for a moment. What are you chasing and why are you chasing it? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this.